Hey everyone, what's happening? I'm Jamor. I'm a guy who plays video games. I make video games for a living, I have a great amount of love for the industry, and I try to play as many new and interesting games as I can to stay sharp, plus I just enjoy it. This is the first ever video gaming video that I have ever produced, so bear with me, I hope it works out pretty well. First game we're going to go through is The Long Dark. It is an early access title available on Steam by a company out in British Columbia, Canada, where I'm from. A land of grim winter landscapes, stark murderous beauty. It's very heavy metal. This game is about solo exploration and survival in a post-apocalyptic situation. The end of the world has never hurt so good. You've heard enough of me talking, let's get right to it. Story mode doesn't exist yet. It is a open sandbox game where the only objective is to see how long you can survive. I'm going to play it on the newly released Interloper difficulty, which is by far the most extreme experience in the game. Punishing resource scarcity, extreme weather conditions. You get hurt just walking around outside in this game without even dealing with wolves or any of the other myriad of things that can kill you. Because I have grown tired of life and enjoy suffering, let's give it a go. You get to choose a couple of perks to activate. I am going to go for Cold Fusion, which gives you a slight reduction to cold damage, improves your body temperature over time, which is absolutely critical at this difficulty. And Free Runner, you burn less calories sprinting, and in this difficulty, you're running from a lot of things all the damn time. Let's give it a go. Quality of life. Yeah, I don't know how long I'd want to stay alive in conditions like this. Okay, so here we are. I have nothing but the clothes on my back, and it is 12 degrees below freezing. First priority, you've got to find shelter. Oh, okay, I know where I'm at. I'm in Pleasant Valley, which is not super pleasant. I gotta get down the hill. Yes, you can see in the bottom corner my status bar shows all of your conditions. Body heat, your fatigue level, how much food and water you've got in you. As soon as any of those reach zero, you start taking condition damage, and it deteriorates really fast. My first priority, with 4 hours of daylight, I gotta find shelter. Because if I'm out at night, in this kind of weather, I will not last long. I don't even have a box of matches to get a fire going. This is literally going to be a sprint to find a place to sleep. What I'm going to do is scavenge as much as I can without deviating too far from my course. Because with the trickle damage you take from cold in this environment, when you don't have good clothing, you really don't want to backtrack to get something you missed, because you'll pay for it. I'm going to sort of half run, half walk there, trying to limit my exposure damage without gassing myself too bad, because as your fatigue goes up, your move speed goes down, and if you run into wolves or any of the other number of things that can kill you, you need to be able to get away from them. Bodies everywhere. What happened here? There's going to be a story mode. Toolbox. Okay, I'll use that later when I find something like that. There's going to be a story mode released shortly, which will explain everything. But right now, I kind of like the sort of stark sense of isolation and information scarcity that we deal with in the game. It really lets you build your own emergent narrative of what's going on and how you're coping with this extreme post-apocalyptic survival scenario. If I remember correctly, there is, in fact, there is an attacked basement in this burnt-out house. Get in there, see if there's anything useful inside. And also, interior environments tend to be a little bit warmer so that you can recover some body heat before you make your next dash. Now, as you can see, it's quite dark. I don't have any means of making light. Even just the lack of light can be a major killer in this game if you're stuck outdoors after dark, or you're trying to find scarce resources inside a house and it's pitch black. Fortunately, I've played it enough that I've kind of almost memorized the internal layout of a lot of the places. And a lot of the things that you'll see me doing is just sort of feeling around blindly in corners, trying to put the cursor over something to see if there's anything that I can pick up. Okay. Nothing in the corner there, nothing in the fridge. It really forces you to scavenge places thoroughly for anything. Yep, there's some raw meat that I can't safely eat. Anything on the shelf? Okay, I think that's it. Don't even have matches. I can't light a match to look in the corners. Let's do an inventory here and make a plan for how to deal with our next move. Okay. Body heat there. Fairly cold. Yeah, nothing I can really do anything with now. I can't even eat that meat safely because it's raw and I have no means of cooking it yet. I gotta find some matches and see what I can get a fire going. Alright, I gotta get to the next shelter because I only have 4 hours of daylight left. I think the sun goes down and I don't even have a torch. I am done for. There's a cabin on the other side of on the bottom of this bridge. If I remember correctly, there's a pathway that I can get down. Grabbing some firewood along the way. So when I do have the means to make a fire, I can make it. You hear that? Those crows cackling, and there they are circling. That is an environmental indicator that there is a body. Either a human corpse, or, in this case, a ravaged deer carcass. But I don't have a knife to skin it. I don't have a fire to cook it. What I will do is scavenge these crow feathers, because you can make arrows from these things. Oh, it's a good amount of
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Yeah, I know, buddy. Stand by. Yeah, I'm almost completely out of body heat. Once that bar reaches 0, I'll start taking environmental damage. Grab these rose hips. You can make a tea that has painkiller properties to help you deal with injuries. Or anything in the cave? Let's see. If it looks like I'm really zipping through the environments fast, it's a combination of knowing the levels really well, because I've played this game over 400 hours, and also trying to limit my exposure to cold. I'm outdoors with not even a coat, no gloves, no winter hat, nothing. And the longer I stay out here, the worse it'll get.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
Yeah, that's my cue. No more messing around. I gotta just sprint for the next shelter. You can see in the bottom left corner, my condition is now starting to deteriorate. So now I get a bit of a harrowing climb down this cliff. Is there a safer descent on the other side? That could be a bad fall. If I get a sprained ankle or something, which is possible in this game, I won't be able to sprint anymore. I'll be hobbling around, taking this cold damage, and generally wishing I was dead. Okay, let's sort of take advantage of the geometry a bit, do an incline that in real life would be fairly impossible. I gotta get down this hill. Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, took that jump a little bit too hard. There's the house. Let's get inside and get warmed up. I'm freezing to death. Grab those resources on the way out. Right now I gotta get my body heat up. Okay. That was... Well, yeah. This game puts a lot of pressure on you. Ooh, granola bar is hidden under the corners. Yes, the level design is very clever. They hide resources in the slightest little place, and it really
I can
rewards
still eat this.
careful exploration of your environment. Wish I had some sort of light. I always have this nagging feeling around the dark that you're missing something critical that you might need. Especially tools. Things like a hacksaw, anything like that. It'll help you process resources.
Goddamn freezing.
Yeah, it's 0 degrees inside, too. I better rest up for an hour. You get a warmth bonus if you sleep in a bed, which helps get your body temperature up. Now I'm not so hurt, I can look around in here safely without taking more cold damage, at least until the bar gets down to 0 again. It's a constant race against time, against starvation, against freezing to death. The game really does not go easy on you. Alright, 2 hours of daylight left. I'd like to break down those crates for firewood, but I just don't have time. I gotta roll. These mushrooms can be used to make a tea that has antibiotic properties. It helps you if you get sick from a infected wound or food poisoning, if you eat low status food.
Can't feel my feet.
Yeah, almost frozen to death again, because that nap only warmed me up a limited amount. You really need to get better clothing because it increases your heat retention. And yeah, so if I remember correctly, yeah, there we are. There's the barn. I know where I'm at now. You know what? I'm gonna head to the house instead. The barn has some good resources, but it is also quite light on. Doesn't have any place to sleep. I don't have a bedroll at this difficulty level. You need to sleep in a bed, or you just stay up all night and try and gradually lose all of your fatigue. I'm gonna follow the riverbed. A couple reasons I do that. There are sometimes cattails along the edges of the river that you can harvest for a small amount of food and tinder for lighting fires. And also, if the wind picks up, you can use the banks of the river as a windbreak. Wind chill is modeled in this game. If it's blowing in your face, it slows you down, and it also gives you trickle damage of cold over time. So if I follow the river, it brings me to the farmstead, which has a good amount of resources and a bed where I can sleep. Okay, we're in business. Well, I got a minute. I'm not specifically talking about game systems here. I just want to talk about the general theme, the visual presentation, the sort of the level design. Everything really comes together, and you can see it was crafted with love. The objective is to create this sense of stark beauty. And if you live in Canada or one of the Nordic countries, anywhere where there's a long, harsh winter and a sort of unforgiving, rugged landscape, the beauty of it is real. There's a body over there. You can see those crows, sir. You can see what he's got. If it's a deer, I can't do anything with it. But if it's a dead person, I might be able to get some resources. Yeah, it's a deer. Okay. But it wasn't a completely wasted run because I can grab these rose hips here. Some feathers. Oh, you can see it's starting to get dark. I've got to get indoors before dark. Because the temperature goes way down. It gets so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face. If you get lost out there, you will die. It's happening in the farm. Okay, I gotta move. Follow the fork, which is just over there. And then up on the right-hand side of the river, there's the house. Yeah, my condition is now down to 81%. That's just from walking around the environment, folks. I haven't fought a wolf or anything. Just from being out in these conditions without winter clothing. A couple hours will kill you. This game is merciless. Hopefully I can get to the house and get my body temperature up before I develop hypothermia, which is a thing that you can get in this game, as if the rest of it wasn't enough. Which gives you a constant drain on your fatigue, really limiting your mobility, and you can only heal it by staying above freezing temperature for 24 hours, which, if you don't have enough food and water to survive that long, is a death sentence in itself. This game excels at forcing really hard choices on you. Almost a quarter dead just from walking. Yep. That's the long dark, folks. If it sounds punishing and torturous, well, I'm just going to say this. It's not for everybody. Neither am I. But those who love it a lot. Okay. Man, okay, just as the sun goes down, I crest that final ridge, and in the distance, salvation, there's the house. Let's get indoors before I completely lose all the light. Oh fuck, there's a wolf! Where is it? Oh god, it's on me. Oh shit, there's two of them. Oh man. Now they'll chase you at a trot and start running if you run. Oh god, there's three. I'm just gonna run for the door. Yeah, I have no condition to deal with wolves right now. No weapons. No fire to scare them off. Nothing. Okay. Yeah. It's too dark to even scavenge this place. So while there's still a tiny trickle of light coming in from the windows, I'm just gonna find the bed, put myself in front of it, and get to sleep. Because there have been cases where it's been so dark inside, didn't have a light source, I couldn't even find the bed! And I had to stay up all night, gradually losing all my fatigue. So while there's still a bit of light, I'm gonna harvest this cloth. From the curtains. Get a little bit more tired before I go to sleep, because that'll allow me to get the benefits of resting all night. And now it is completely pitch dark, and I'm feeling around for the bed. There it is. Okay. Before I sleep, let's get some food in my system. When you rest, as long as you have food and water, your condition slowly improves. So, let's eat. Oh no, I don't have any. I just realized I don't have any water. I might get dehydrated overnight. Let me see if I can find. No, it's so dark I'll never find it. Damn it. Okay. There's a couple of toilets in the house that have some drinkable water. Yep, it's that kind of game, folks. Oh man, I'm gonna start taking dehydration damage. I gotta see if I can find it. Where was the bathroom again? Was there one on the second floor? I gotta feel around. See if I can find it. Because I'll lose the benefits of sleeping if I sleep while dehydrated. My condition won't improve, it'll actually get worse.
Surrounded by snow, but nothing to drink.
Yeah, I know, right? I know that there's a bathroom. Yeah, they're going to see a lot of this in the early days before I have water. I know that there's a bathroom upstairs. Where is it? There's a bathroom upstairs that has a toilet that you can drink out of. I just can't find it in the dark. You can hear those footsteps. It's me bumping against things, but I'm completely blind. Oh, man. light source. Nope. Not even a match. Now I've lost the bed. God damn it. Well, okay, let me try to entertain you a little bit while I'm dealing with this situation. Yeah, the game is an extremely stark atmosphere. It's not for people who want to shoot a lot of guns and feel like a giant hero. Basically, the entire environment is trying to kill you with all of the tools at its disposal. Weather, food poisoning, wolf bites, infected wounds, falls, burns. Oh god, yeah, I'm pretty screwed here. I can't even find the bed to rest now. I've probably stuck myself in a corner and I'm bouncing between two objects and I just can't see the way out. Oh dear. It's a very, very challenging experience. But if you're a guy who's been playing games a long time, like me, and you want something different than your standard, predictable table, curtain. Am I in one of the side rooms? Bed. There it is. Alright, I can't find the... I'm just going to have to let myself dehydrate, because I still need to rest. God damn it. 70% condition. Haven't done a damn thing in the game. Rest another hour. Hopefully there'll be enough light that I can find the damn thing, drink, and stop taking that damage. Then I'll loot the house. Probably find a lantern or whatever that I could have used desperately. So I just gotta wait. It's under an hour of darkness left, so the light will start soon. I can't sleep another hour because I'm fully rested now. So I gotta find something to use the time. Maybe I can stumble and find that curtain I harvested. Oh.
I need to find something to drink.
Yeah, I know. If you like games that have that good stress, I think this is one of them. Ah, fuck it. Last time. Why is it so dark? There we go. Okay, finally, daylight. Where am I? Yep. Spent the whole night stumbling around in this one room trying to find the door. There it is. There's the bathroom, yeah. Oh, I would have got hung up on that railing there. Toilet, thank goodness. Probably not the standard interaction with a toilet, given the circumstances. Yep, and overnight, that raw meat that I found is now down to 5% condition because I had no means to cook it. No way I'm being able to eat that safely now. But you can use raw meat as a decoy if you're being chased by predators, which is, when you don't have a means to fight them, sometimes it helps. So it still has some value on it. I'm going to let it get a little bit more light by doing some resource processing. And hopefully that'll help me loot the place more thoroughly without missing anything critical. This early game, when you don't even have light, always tortured by this sensation that there's something in the corner that would really help you, but you can't see it. Like I said, it's not a game for everybody. You can see it being extremely frustrating to Call of Duty dudes or whatnot. Okay, but thankfully I've got some food and water in my system and I'm fully rested. So you do recover a bit of condition over time as long as none of your statuses are at 0. you get the best recovery sleeping. And that's why I was hoping for a good night's sleep, but not having water, I was dehydrated overnight, and so I took more damage. But there's nothing that could be done. As you saw, the dark was absolute. Just had to deal with it. So I'm gonna thoroughly scout out this house, ransack as much as I possibly can, and then plan my next move. Because what the game does is resource scarcity forces you to stay on the move. It forces you to expose yourself to that punishing cold outside, simply because if you stay in one place, you'll starve. There's not enough food. So it's really a lot of cost-benefit analysis. Drawers, no. Sometimes there's something under the bed. Like a nice winter coat or some sort of protection from this bloody cold. I can't see anything. Ugh. I need a torch. It means to make my day. So I just gotta stumble around. Book, you can use those for reading about the futility of existence. No, they're just for burning for fires. It's a metaphor. No, can't break that down yet. Don't have a tool. Usually by this point I've found a book of matches or something, but this... The RNG on item generation is pretty punishing sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky and find things that will help you fairly quickly. Other times, like this playthrough, man, you're just in a hard spot. In a couple of hours, I'll have enough daylight to search this place more thoroughly, but I don't have enough food to sit around and waste 2 hours of daylight. I've really got to see what I can find now. I'll go outside, check the outbuildings, and then hopefully it'll be light enough to do a second pass. That's more at least. Oh man, this place is bare. Unless I'm just missing stuff in the dark. Usually there's way more stuff in here than what I think I'll find. I'll get some food. Usually there's at least some clothing and a book of matches or two.
Any good to eat?
RNGesus is just having his way with me today, folks. Can opener. Okay, good. That... You know it's an interesting game when finding a can opener is a major event. To find that early, it helps you a big time, because the canned food that you find, if you have no can opener, you have to smash it open by hand, and that loses up to 1/3 of the contents every time you do it. When you're starving to death, losing 1/3 of your potential food is not a happy place to be. I'm going to process resources and get a little bit more daylight going, because I need to search this house thoroughly. And I'm almost starved to death. I don't want to let that happen. Let's eat some. You see those percentages? That shows their condition. The lower the condition food is, the higher your chance of getting food poisoning from it. Yep, that's a thing that can happen. So sometimes you find food, but it's in such bad condition that you have to choose between potentially starving or potentially inflicting a crippling illness on yourself. Yep. I like video games because they are fun. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to step outside briefly. Let the sun do its work. This is a game where even suffering is something that is budgeted. You have to plan out being cold. And by that I mean, when you're inside, you gradually recover temperature. If you're at full temperature already, you're wasting that potential recovery potential. And so I like to intersperse work outside, collecting firewood, looking for food, etc., with time spent indoors, so that every moment I'm inside maximizes the recovery potential and keeps my condition in good shape. If I do work all day indoors and then spend all the next day outdoors, I will get very limited recovery value from that indoors time. So I like to have a mix of indoors and outdoors work. Yes, this is a game where you budget your suffering. Anything in the outbuilding? No. Anything behind it? No. Just this minus 26 degrees. You can see that I've been outside for less than 2 minutes and already I'm almost frozen, so it's time to step back inside quickly. Anything in here? Sometimes there's a pry bar or whatever in the corner. Man, this is a really, really rough RNG. There's predetermined locations for items to spawn in, and at the beginning of each game it rolls a percentile to see what's there. Man, this has been a harsh go of it. And now I finally have enough light to see what I'm doing. Let's do another pass of the upstairs, and then I'll head to the basement. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Anything in the corners there. Anything what's up the toilet. No. Sometimes there's something under these benches. No. Okay, we'll hop a little bit. Man, my clothing's all messed up too, and I don't even have a sewing kit to repair it. Got a ton of salvaged cloth that I can use for raw materials. We can need a kit. I haven't even found that. This is going to be a rough one, folks. But if you wanted it easy, you wouldn't be playing this sort of game. Anything I missed? No. Man. There's a chocolate bar on the desk at least. Nothing in there. Some books. A fair amount of books. They're quite early. They're quite useful in the early game when your fire starting skill is low, because they have an extremely high success chance, which helps you economize on matches. Haha, joke's on me, I don't have any matches. But, you know, the possibility of starting a fire is alive in my mind. Okay, let's see what's in the basement, because that has been a absolutely brutal of the upstairs house. Not even a book of matches. I might be in trouble here, folks. If I can't get fire going, I'm dead. Not today, but tomorrow or the day after. Because without fire, you can't melt snow to make water. Nor can you warm yourself up, nor can you cook food. Some foods can be eaten raw, but not animal. Okay. Oh, thank goodness, matches. Sometimes down here there's tools. There'll be a hammer which you can use for breaking down furniture more easily for firewood. Or a hacksaw, which is useful for harvesting metal items. Cutting up frozen animal corpses for food. That sort of thing. So far, without light, no, I'm having a terrible time. I can use matches for a little bit of light, but it is so inefficient, and you need those matches desperately. Whetstone. Cursor hovered over a whetstone when I was turning. There it is. Hovered over a whetstone when I was turning around. So a washer and dryer sometimes has some clothes.
I think I can use this.
Some socks. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, this has been an absolutely savage RNG for resource items. house. The condition is pretty bad. I've got to move on and see what else I can find. Put these socks on at least, they'll help a bit. Better than the cotton ones I've had. The clothing is in danger of wearing out too, so I need to find a way to repair it. The first priority is I've got to get light. Now, on the other side of the river, there's usually a corpse. Oh, and there's a bad fog, which will cut my visibility down. I mean, I might walk up on wolves in the fog and have no means of dealing with them. Well, it's either that or die, folks, so let's press on. Now, thankfully, I've memorized the maps pretty well, so I know where to go, even with this low visibility. What I'm going to do is follow the rut that used to be the road here, and it leads me to another set of outbuildings, which sometimes has some very minimalistic resources.
Can't feel my hands.
Yeah. Outside for 2 minutes already, almost frozen again. No choice, I gotta press on. If you just sit there and wait because your condition's low, well, your condition's gonna be a lot lower soon. You have to press on in this game. It's very rare when you have enough food and water to safely sit out a day and rest.
Just want to lay down for a bit.
Oh, there's a bear somewhere around here. You can hear it grunting in the water. The tree and the birds up in the trees are yelling at it. You do not want to mess with the bear. Even when fully armed, they're dangerous. And right now, I've got nothing to deal with it. If it mauls me, I'm done for. Okay, there's that hut. Nothing inside. Sometimes there's... Oh! Look into my eyes. Sometimes I wonder who's more fortunate. Yeah, a lot of this game is basically you searching empty containers. And for people who are used to every smash pot dropping rupees or whatever, that might not be super satisfying, but the idea is that when you do find something, the sense of relief is really, really tangible. Meaningful, I should say, because relief isn't intangible. I should probably let my fatigue, my stamina regenerate a little bit, because if I run into a wolf in this fog, I need to be able to run from it. Even though I'm conscious of, oh man, cold damage is doing me in. 60% health. I'm really going to need to get a good night's sleep tonight. Alright, follow the river. Find some cattails, hopefully. And eventually there is a roadway that usually has a dead guy. And that dead guy often has a torch. And with that torch I can go back and properly search the house and make sure that I'm not missing anything in there, because, man, that was a bad resource haul. It's not worth the time it cost me. Look at the waterfall. Okay. Oh, it's around this way. I am now. Almost half dead. Primarily from cold, but also that night of dehydration cost me badly. If I had got to the house even an hour before, there would have been enough light to search it, at least find the water, and get a good night's sleep. But that's why I say every resource, time, food, tools, every resource is absolutely crucial in this game. Pretty high danger of getting hypothermia here too, and if that happens, it's curtains for me, because I'll be too tired to search for food, and I'll just die. probably going to have to try to make it to the radio tower, which is up top of that mountain that you saw yesterday when I was heading towards the house. That's a long climb, though. And already freezing to death. I might need to make a fire along the way. I really try to limit fire making because that lets me save it for thawing out deer corpses and harvesting them, cooking the meat, etc. But at this low condition, if I keep out in this cold, I'll die. That might be it. Find a deer along the way. I'll start a fire beside it, thaw it out, and eat it. Warm up in the meantime. I don't think there is one. I think it's behind me. I definitely can't go back. An interloper difficulty there is no backtracking. You grab what you can, because going back for it will cost you hard. You know what, I think there's a cave or something up here. If there's a cave, it'll have a slightly higher ambient temperature, and I can start a fire in there, and it'll have some protection from it. Is there? Yes, there is. Okay. I'm gonna start a fire in this cave. I gotta warm up. I won't make it to the top of it. Oh shit, this is a bear cave. I am making a very calculated risk here. But I've gotta have some warmth or I'll die. If that bear comes back, well, you'll see.
Come on.
They have clever behaviors. They go out and forage during the day, and they come home at night. So it's pretty early still, so hopefully I'll be safe. But anytime you see caves filled with those yellowed bones, it's a bear cave. And whew, you think wolves are scary? Bears are friggin' terrifying. Okay.
That should help warm things up.
Let's do an hour of fire. Let's see how high it gets my temperature. Oh man, 43% condition. Man, I messed up. Okay. No, I need more heat. Okay. You know what? Let me see if by cooking this venison it becomes somewhat edible. It does. It improves its condition. Oh, kick ass. Okay, how hungry am I? Pretty hungry. I better eat. Thanks for that. Okay, so I'm pretty good for food and water now. And let's melt some more. Try to make use of this. Much of this fire duration while I warm myself up. You can choose how much snow you want to melt, and then you gotta boil it if you want to make it safely drinkable, otherwise you have a chance of getting infected. Yep. That's how it rolls, folks. Got 7 hours of daylight left. Interesting. Add one more stick, a little bit more duration. Get another one. And I can get another half liter of water, and a little bit more warmth before I venture out there. I'm going to linger by this fire and soak up every single BTU I can before I move on. Pretty warm now. It's still good. The embers will stay around for a couple of minutes. Give me just a little bit more heat, and then I better get out of here before Mama Bear comes home and messes up my whole program. good for water now. 5 liters. So that's good. Should do me for another day or so. Try to make as much use of fire, not just for warming, but to get drinking water while you're at it. Because as we saw last night, the lack of it will hurt you. It'll hurt your back. Okay, the weather improved while my fire was made. I think that was a good decision. It cost me an hour and a half, but it is now only -12. Only -12. Which means I will be much more... It'll take a while before I start taking cold damage. And I got some water out of it. I feel a little bit better. Bonnie around there somewhere. I can hear those crows come. Where are you at? Oh, it's just sometimes they fly over. Can't bait switches either. So what I need to do, now that I've got daylight, we'll be able to see it. Oh, good, there's a body. I see some crows circling. Now that I've got daylight, we'll be able to see where we're going a bit better. Up there is the weather tower. Maybe you can see it. There's a radio control station there that has a bed and some resource drops. I'll head up there, I'll sleep there tonight, then I'll head back down to the valley. Hopefully I'll have some light by then. Grab this lichen, by the way, which you can use to create antiseptic bandages. And here's another one whose watch is ended. Actually, this reminds me, I don't have any bandages. If I get wounded and I have a bleeding wound, my only choice will be to rip up some of my clothing.
Rest soon.
Harvest it for cloth, and then spend another 20 minutes harvesting that cloth to make a band. Ooh, that's enough. Not messing with you. And a good thing I went up here, otherwise I would have walked around the corner and run straight into it with nowhere to run. I'm gonna bypass this guy, get around to the curve of the river, which is where that other dead body that I'm looking for is at. While I'm on the way, I'll grab some more firewood because I used up a fair amount back there in the cave. Always got to be thinking in this game. Think. If you just react to the environment and don't be proactive, you will die. Okay, I think I got
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yep. I'm 5 minutes outside and I'm back where I started, but it allowed me to grab those resources there without the detour costing me too much damage. When I get inside, these cattails will help me because I can eat them. I'm almost out of the processed food that I found in the house. Yep, 44%.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Oh! Well, here's a... Let's thaw this guy out and eat him. Yes, I don't have a knife. I don't have any other tools that I can use to harvest this guy.
Come on.
So your only option is to get the corpse thawed and then rip it apart by hand. Yep, it's grim. Come on, fire. It's suspense when you're trying to see if it catches or not. Sometimes it'll fail, especially when you're freezing to death. It's emotional. Okay, I'm gonna need at least a 3-hour fire to deal with this one. Okay, the temperature's above 0 now because of the fire, so I'm not gonna freeze to death while I'm harvesting. I've got 5 hours of daylight. Yeah, this is doable. Okay, I gotta wait until he's thawed before I can harvest, so I'm gonna use the time to melt some more snow. Actually, this was good, because just as I started to take cold damage, I found this corpse, and I can start warming up again with the fire. Oh yeah. 50% frozen, ready to go. Presume you've got some sort of penknife or something like that, because honestly, there's no way you can rip a corpse apart with just your hands. That's ridiculous. Let's cook this mess. Oh man, I'm really tired. All that sprinting cost me. But I had no choice, I was freezing. Yep, fully exhausted now, no more sprinting for me. Okay, I get that gut. Ooh, the wind's picking up too.
I could just lay down right here.
You get those gut and that hide, you can leave it indoors for a couple of days, for about 5 days, and then it becomes usable. Oh dear, it's getting dark. How much time do I got? I got time for the hide too? Yes. Oh man, it's really dark now. I'd like to use more of this fire to get some more water, but at this point, I just gotta get up the mountain. Or I'll be caught outdoors. So, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to waste that last half hour, but I will take a burning brand. Where am I going, you ask? Mountain's up there, but around the corner, there is sometimes a human body that has a torch, which I desperately need. Body. Oops. Yeah, the wind blew out mine. I'm staying in there as close to the wall as I can because the wind is picked up, and that increases your wind chill. Oh man, I'm gonna be in rough shape by the time I get to the top of this mountain. Fortunately, I got enough food and water to at least get a good night's sleep. Yep, there's the body. Thank goodness he's got a torch, okay. Backpack, yes. Anything? Nothing. Can't sprint anymore, I'm completely exhausted. That little walk around the corner cost me half my body heat. I'm going to be freezing the rest of the way up. So I'm going to get a little bit of shelter from the wind, but no, it's not making any difference at all. It's not tall enough. Get to those rocks. Ah, yeah, there's a car up here. You can just see the outline of it. Cars can be searched. They've got stuff sometimes. Although I might miss the stuff in the dark. No. Glove box. Okay, back seat. Ooh, tooth. Nice. Slightly better quality hat than the one I got. Okay, trunk is locked, don't have a pry bar.
My fingers feel numb.
This is going to be a death march, folks. If I make it to the top alive, I will be very happy. It's a good thing I know the way, otherwise I would just be a dead man right now. In a role-playing, sort of emergent narrative sense, I like to think that I'm a native of the area.
Never felt so cold in my life.
I lived here before everything went wrong, so that's why I know where things are. First time you play the game, first several times you play the game before you know it, the amount of cold damage you take just wandering around and trying to find stuff is savage. It's merciless. And you just die just walking around. Once your health gets below 10%, vision starts to blur, and you start stumbling around, and oh man, it's grim. Freezing and exhausted at 36% health. Oh man. yeah, nature, we're not really part of nature's plan, and she will be around a long time after we're gone. She doesn't care about our petty problems, and this game really does a brilliant job of showing just how insignificant we are in that grand scheme. Am I going up the right way? I think I am. In the dark, especially when the wind is blowing and the snow's in your face, it can be pretty easy to get turned around. And in these conditions, you can see pretty quickly how deadly that can be. There have been games where I knew I was within 50 feet of the house, but there was a storm blowing so hard that I couldn't find it, and I stumbled around blindly in the dark until I froze to death. What I'd actually really like to see from the game developers is a sort of zoom out view where it pans out from your dead corpse and then it shows you just how close you were to safety. That would be extremely bittersweet in a game that already likes to play with your emotions. Up the mountain, 30% health. Oh my god, this is going to be rough. Rough, just like your mother likes it, Trebek. Oh man, I hope I can find this thing in the dark. Because when all you can see is a dark silhouette, a tree looks a lot like a radio tower. I think it's behind this hill. If it isn't, I'm done for. Oh man. Oh man, I think I took a wrong turn, folks. I don't know where it is. I think it's further over this way. This... Oh, there it is. That's the feeling of this game. The punishment sets you up so well for the reward. Now if I can just get to that bloody thing alive, I'll have a good night's sleep and maybe be at the astonishing luxury point of 40% health tomorrow. Ooh. I took a wrong turn, I'm stuck in some rocks, I'll fall and kill myself. Come on, Jamie, you can do it. Come on. Man, just willing your avatar on, you really identify with it because the struggle is, well, it's not real, but damn, it feels pretty real. Oh man, now the wind's blowing in my face, slowing me down even more, 20% health. Come on, man, it's right there. One last effort. Oh, you can do it. Just one foot in front of the other. And just that final insult, they got the thing fenced in so you can't go in it from the front. You have to fight around to the back where there's a break in the fence. Oh man, 19% health. Oh, don't get hypothermia, don't get hypothermia, you're almost there. Oh, I can see it, I can see it, I can taste it. Oh. Really on the edge of my seat now, folks. 18. Come on. Come on, get in there. Oh. Man. Let's find that bed. Well, at that, I think I'm gonna... It's been a pretty long episode. I'll call it there. I'll see you in the morning if I survive. Take care, folks.